So I've been sharing my story with my audience, and I feel like there's someone that is wondering and is like, Kim, was there ever a time you failed? Well, this this story is going to answer that question. Yes, there was a time I failed. It wasn't always all rosy, all perfect. So I once heard someone say, friends and family kill the business. I don't really understand what she meant, because for me, I always had my family and my friends as the first people to always patronize my business. So I couldn't relate. But what I didn't understand was when I looked a little closer, I realized that as much as I had my friends and family that were always the first to, buy my products or patronize my business, it made me not to push, because I would take out products depending on what I was selling at the time, and before I would snap my fingers, friends, family have already picked out of it and they're keeping it and they'll pay me bits and pieces. Now, that made me lose money, because when they're paying, bits and pieces, it's always hard for you to keep track if you're not good at saving. And honestly, I would not say at the time I was good at saving. So as they pay the money, I'll use it to solve a need or do something. And I honestly didn't know what I did with the money. Now, that's not even the failure I was talking about. So I started to sell Ankara fabrics, because I just finished, that was when I just graduated university. I was waiting to go for NYC. I had learned makeup. No, before I learned how to do makeup, I decided that, okay, you know what, I'm going to start selling fabrics. I started a business and it was going good. I went to my school, spoke to some of my lecturers at the time. They bought pieces from me. Some of them, I even went as far as making clothes for people. Like, I would make clothes up and down for women, make clothes up and down for men. So I ended up making more money. I was at home. And sometimes when you do business and you're at home, you're going to have to support your family. So there were times when I was doing that business that when all the money came in, I remember there was one time that the sockaway in the house got full. They had to evacuate. I had money from my business. I had to take the money from my business and help solve that need at home. Now, somebody watching this will be like, but that was necessary. Yes, it was. But I didn't have a good saving attitude. I was emotional and I felt like my family needed help. Now, I would have supported, maybe given a little part of it, but not everything. I took the entire money and I said, you know what, let's do this. And that affected me, because I had to spend so much time while I went for NYC trying to pay the money for those fabrics that I was selling. But here's the key points that I'm trying to make. You would hear people tell you, you should learn how to save, you should learn how to do this. And they will tell you stuff like, okay, you don't have to have so much before you save. Now that's what people say, but what's the truth? What's the fact? Sometimes you're doing a business just to survive. You're basically trying to get food to eat, or trying to, figure out the next thing you're going to do. So when you think of all of those reasons that are the reasons you're doing that business, you realize that I can't save right now, and that's okay. I want to talk to someone watching me right now. That's okay. The fact you're doing business and you're not saving, it is okay. It doesn't make you less of a person. It doesn't make you worse. It doesn't make you a terrible business person. You need to survive. It's even better that you use your capital or your business money than for you to go take huge debts or loans that people are going to be chasing you up and down. So it's okay. But then again, there's a second part which I want to address. You have to learn how to save. Sometimes we get so emotional, especially when we're with family, that we feel like it's like you're living from hand to mouth. They pay you, you do stuff, they pay you. So there's never a time when you're holding yourself accountable and asking, wait, how much have I saved? What have I kept aside for the next business or to continue this business? So develop a saving policy, no matter how small. Some people decide to get a piggy bank, where they could drop that money. Some people, I would advise you should open a fixed deposit account or a spend to save account, depending on the bank you use, where that money comes in, you drop a little bit. It doesn't have to be everything. So let's say you get 5,000 Nigerian naira, right? You put in 1,000 or 2,000. And then you don't have access to that money. So it keeps piling up for you. So when there's a situation in the house or in the family, you are not refusing to help. You actually don't have access to that money. And sometimes before you would have access to that money, that need might be solved. So this is just to help business people watching me and young people watching me right now. Don't think that it was all rosy, it was all perfect. There were times where I had ups and downs, where I couldn't save, where I just had to survive, but I kept going, right? So that's going to happen to you on your journey, depending on whatever business you're doing. It's going to happen to you. Even if you had a white collar job that you were doing, it's going to happen to you. Sometimes you just have to survive. It's not about saving, it's about surviving. So when that time comes, please survive. Don't put yourself under pressure because people say, oh, if you do this, you do that, you're a terrible business person. No, it's absolutely okay. I hope this episode helped you. And if it did, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, and come back for more. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next week.